Tottenham is in ruins. The worst period in 143 years puts the Spurs under the threat of relegation, and Dyche is already at the doorstep of the club. Manchester United's debts have reached a shocking £1 billion, but they are still hunting for a star for €100 million. Arne Slot's time at Anfield is running out. It has become known when Xabi Alonso will arrive. You are watching Half 24 Football News, and we are starting right now. Arsenal has officially become the most successful English club of recent years in terms of financial profits from tournaments. According to The Athletic, over the last 3 seasons, the Gunners have earned more than £519.2 million in Premier League prize money alone. This is the highest figure among all English Championship clubs during this period. In addition to domestic success, the London club significantly replenished its budget thanks to performances in the Champions League. According to analyst estimates, participation in the main European tournament brought the club another £262 million. This amount could increase by another £11 million if Mikel Arteta's pupils manage to defeat Bayer Leverkusen in the next round. At the same time, on the other side of the financial spectrum is Manchester United. Exactly 1 year after announcing plans to build a new stadium, the club's debts reached an historic maximum, exceeding the £1 billion mark. Currently, the debt structure looks threatening. $425 million of Glazer family debt requires refinancing, and rising interest rates have increased annual debt service costs to £30 million. Furthermore, already this year, the club must pay £192 million of net transfer debt. The situation is so stressed that United was forced to sell to a lender the rights to future transfer receipts in the amount of almost £40 million to obtain cash. The club's credit limit has now been increased to £400 million, which puts a big question on the realization of the new stadium project, the cost of which is estimated at over £2 billion. In its turn, Manchester United has identified one of the priority candidates for attacking reinforcement. According to information from insider Fabrizio Romano, the winger of RB Leipzig, Yan Diomande, is in the English club's sphere of interest. Manchester United scouts closely observed the player's performance during the last Bundesliga match against Augsburg. The match ended in a 2-1 victory for Leipzig, and Yan Diomande himself scored a goal. Although the player's main position is the left wing of the attack, in this match he acted on the right edge, demonstrating his versatility. According to media data, representatives of Manchester United have previously contacted the player's circle to find out possible transfer conditions. At the same time, the management of the German club values its player at approximately €100 million. In the current season, Yan Diomande is demonstrating very productive play. In 27 matches in all competitions, he scored 11 goals and gave 7 assists. The winger joined RB Leipzig last year, moving from Leganés for €20 million. His contract is calculated until the summer of 2030. A night of Champions League for Madrid's Atletico ended in a triumph over Tottenham with a score of 5-2, but left a strange aftertaste due to the ambiguous statements of Julian Alvarez. The Argentine became a true hero of the match, recording a double and providing an assist, which allowed him to set a new club record 10-goal involvements in one Champions League season. Despite the status of the match's best player, the striker again evaded a direct answer to a question about his future in Madrid. Maybe yes, maybe no, who knows? I am very happy here, Julian Alvarez stated after the game. Such uncertainty immediately activated rumors of interest from Barcelona. Catalan president Joan Laporta has already managed to comment on the situation, noting that Julian Alvarez fits their system perfectly, but the transfer is possible only at a reasonable price. In addition to Barca, London Arsenal is seriously claiming the Argentine, according to insider reports. Diego Simeone is trying to stay calm and expressed hope for keeping the leader. I see Julian Alvarez very happy. I hope he will stay. Although the striker's contract is valid until 2030 and the buyout amount is a cosmic €500 million, the player himself plans to make a final decision only in the summer. Thus, the future of the Spider in Madrid is turning into a real transfer saga. However, there is good news for the mattress makers. The intrigue around Antoine Griezmann's transfer to the United States is officially over. Sporting director of Atletico, Mathieu Alemany, put an end to the rumors, stating that the star forward will continue his performances for the Madrid club. This decision was made after a series of negotiations regarding the possible transfer of the player to an MLS representative, Orlando City. Back in February, it was reported that the American side was seriously set to sign the star as early as the summer of 2026. However, Madrid is not ready to let go of its key leader. Despite great interest from the U.S. market and Antoine Griezmann's own desire to try his hand across the ocean in the future, Alemany confirmed Antoine Griezmann remains part of Diego Simeone's project for at least the next season. The football player himself also denied rumors of an immediate move to Florida. I am very happy here, and I am getting great pleasure. My goal is to reach the Champions League final and win the Spanish Cup with Atletico. This is my dream, said Antoine Griezmann. The main goal of the Frenchman is to reach the Champions League final and win the Spanish Cup, which remains his big dream. Antoine Griezmann's contract is calculated until the summer of 2027. Thus, the leader remains in the team at least until the end of the next campaign, which was a real relief for the fans. A true catastrophe is unfolding in North London. Tottenham is officially experiencing the worst period in its 143-year history, having suffered its sixth consecutive defeat in all competitions. The final straw was the rout by Madrid's Atletico in the Champions League with a score of 5-2. The situation is so critical that interim coach Igor Tudor, it seems, has finally lost control of the team. The Croat became the first coach in the club's history to lose his first 4 matches, and the total score of these matches is a terrible 5-14, not in favor of the Spurs. The symbol of chaos in the team was the humiliating substitution of the 22-year-old goalkeeper Antonin Kinski already in the 17th minute of the match in Madrid after the young goalkeeper made 2 effective mistakes. Igor Tudor himself, after the game, to a direct question about whether he is able to lead Tottenham out of the crisis, only briefly replied, "No comment." Currently, the Londoners are only 1 point above the relegation zone, and only 9 tours are left until the end of the championship. The club's management is already conducting urgent negotiations about a change of coach without waiting for the return match against Atletico. According to the latest information, the experienced Dyche has already responded with consent to the proposal to lead the team. It is reported that the parties are discussing a 2.5-year contract with a possible option to extend until 2030. In addition to Dyche, among the main candidates remains club legend Robbie Keane, but he also has offers from Crystal, Palace, and Celtic. The board of directors must make a final decision in the near future, as an extremely difficult trip to Liverpool awaits the team ahead. The situation around the future of Liverpool head coach Arne Slot is becoming increasingly tense. After the last defeat to Galatasaray on Tuesday evening, the number of team failures in all competitions this season reached 13. Fabrizio Romano confirmed that there are very positive feelings between the club and former Reds player Xabi Alonso. However, there is no official agreement at this moment. The insider assures that nothing has been decided yet, and Liverpool management plans to conduct an internal audit following the season results to evaluate the work of the coaching staff and the team's results. At the same time, sources claim that Alonso remains the only candidate to replace Slot if the owners of the club from the FSG company decide to change course. Arne Slot is gradually losing fan support due to an inexpressive style of play, and the free status of Xabi Alonso, who left Madrid's Real at the beginning of this year, only increases the pressure on the current coach. Former Aston Villa striker Xabi Alonso has already called the club to decisive actions, calling Slot's work soulless and not corresponding to the family spirit of Liverpool. Despite rumors of a verbal agreement regarding a 3-year contract, the club plans to wait until summer before making a final decision on changing the mentor.